Secretary's right. We're out of money. I mean, we're running out of beds in 2 weeks. I mean, we're at about 46,000 in custody now. We ought to be about 65,000 at this point in time. And when we run out of beds, it means we stop interior enforcement operations, because when we arrest somebody, we got to have a bed to put them in for removal.
Would it be true to say that the lack of resources and running out of money is the reason why you've not deported as many as you wanted to deport?
No, I know a lot of media saying that, but we got to remember that the deportation numbers are a reflection of a secure border. So we don't have millions of people coming across, immediately deport and turn around. So, we got the illegal immigration on borders down 97%, like I said. Gotaways, we went from 1,800 a day under Joe Biden. Today it was 40. So the border's locked down. But, the deportation number are all interior arrests. And what the media's been doing is they're comparing under Joe Biden CBP removals plus ICE removals. Well, that isn't the same as just ICE removals in the interior. Matter of fact, the removals under Joe Biden for ICE, interior enforcement, were the lowest and historic lows of that agency. We have triple those numbers under the Trump administration. But again, if we got more money, we can do more.
Don't blame this administration for enforcing the laws that were already in the books that the previous administration chose not to enforce on purpose. They chose to allow everybody to come in, regardless who the hell they are, to figure out a way to get citizenship into this country so that one day they have the right to vote. And guess who they are most likely going to vote for? The people that allowed them to come into this country illegally through loopholes using the CBP One Act.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so
What? She is a moron. Oh my gosh, dude. I gotta send this lady a private message and tell her, you need to step down from your position. Get the hell away from the government in any political sphere. You are a moron. Moron. How are you gonna say, oh my gosh. It's like me breaking into her house and saying, you know what, I live here now and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not illegal to break into your house. She is such an idiot. U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett was roasted after she falsely claimed it's not a crime to cross. I'm not surprised. Everybody in the whole world should be roasting her. At this point, we need to make it a death penalty to tell the world, hey, we're not playing around with this shit. We're sick and tired of having to look at this damn wall and having zombies literally try to come into our country because they are running away from their own countries that they can't all round up together to rise against their own governments to fight. Start a revolution and fight your governments. We are not the safe haven for the world. This really sucks. This really sucks. It's unfortunate. People want to come here and have a better life. Well, do it the right way. Do it the right way if you're going to come into this country. But if you're working your ass off to dig a tunnel or climb over a damn wall, No. Nope. I don't accept that. Nobody in this country should accept that. Seriously, is Jasmine Crockett the dumbest woman on planet Earth? Yes. Says it is not only. Yes, she's that stupid. Please, Democrats, keep putting her everywhere. Finally, somebody made me laugh. Okay. Representative Jasmine Crockett says it is not okay. Democrats will never win an election again. I've said that. If they let her keep talking publicly, keep it up.
And then my next question is really for everyone. Can you speak to how the Biden administration used technology to facilitate the invasion of illegal aliens into the country?
Yes, ma'am. For one, CBP One app, I believe, was definitely misused by the Biden administration to allow people to come in, and that was one technology that was developed out of something that it shouldn't have been used for. I think it was a go-around around Congress to allow people to enter the United States, and we've seen a lot of those cases that have entered on the CBP One app show up as criminal aliens, in the arrests that we've made.
How's the app used?
How is it
Yeah,
used?
how's it used to do that?
Well, what we've seen, especially the fraud from that, is that the cartels were actually using it down in Mexico and having people sign up through them to then get on the CBP One app and get around, being able to go through. So the cartels were actually making money off of the CBP One app.
That's insane. Dr. Gilman?
My God.
Yeah, I echo everything that my counterpart just said. I don't have as much experience with the CBP One app, particularly because my focus was with HSI and primarily on criminal investigations. But even within HSI, we saw the misuse of the CBP One app by those subjects that we did encounter, oftentimes subjects of criminal investigations.
The cartels using
cartels.
CB1 app to get people into this country illegally. And we know this. We know this, and we allowed it to happen.
Okay, so the CBP One app was developed by U.S. Customs and Border Protection and launched on October 28th, 2020. This is during the Biden administration. Initially to help commercial trucking companies schedule cargo inspections, and has since expanded its functionality. The app's functionality has been expanded to include migrants making asylum claims, allowing them to pre-schedule appointments for processing and maintain asylum eligibility. Other functions. The app also allows travelers to access information related to their Form I-94 request, authorization for parole programs, check wait times at ports of entry, and more. Ridiculous. So the cartels were utilizing this app through the Biden administration. Biden needs to go to, oh my God, I swear. This pisses me off. This should piss off every American. So the scheduling functionality within the CBP One app, which allowed migrants to schedule asylum appointments at the southern border, was discontinued by the Trump administration on January 20th, 2025, the day he swore in. Okay, so I know in a couple of videos, or in one of my videos, I mentioned that I thought there was a law where if you're going to claim, if you're going to be seeking asylum, it should be within your neighboring country. Well, I guess that's not true, because it's saying here, it's common and understandable desire. There's no legal requirement for asylum seekers to remain in the first safe country they reach, and they are free to seek asylum elsewhere. So there's no legal obligation. International law, including the 1951 Refugee Convention, does not mandate that asylum seekers must claim asylum in the first safe country they reach. Reasons for moving. Some asylum seekers may choose to move beyond the first safe country for various reasons, such as finding family, better opportunities, or if the first country is not truly safe. So some countries, including the US and the UK, have rules that restrict asylum claims if an applicant has passed through other countries on the way. So, okay, so the US has a rule. It's not I guess it's not specifically a law, but it's a rule. The US and Canada have a safe third country agreement that requires most asylum seekers to apply for asylum in the country they first land in along the land border, with some exceptions. The right to seek asylum. Seeking asylum is a fundamental human right, and everyone fleeing conflict or persecution has the right to apply for asylum and not be returned to a situation where their lives or freedoms would be in danger. Okay, now, knowing and understanding this, the Biden administration chose to allow everybody to come into this country. Not just asylum seekers. This is what the Democratic Party and AOC and all these knuckleheads in Congress have been pushing. They're not just all asylum seekers. There's a lot of terrorists and bad criminals that have been using the CBP One app to further their objective of drug smuggling, human trafficking. I mean, you name it. They used it as a key to get into our country that the Biden administration allowed. And this is why Trump, on day one, decided to shut that down. And now we're on a mission to get we're playing hide and seek now. We're trying to find all these bad terrorists and people that have done really bad illegal crimes. And because the Biden administration did this to our country, to all American taxpayer citizens, Trump has to find every single one. And along the way of finding everybody that has came here illegally and has committed heinous crimes in previous countries and in this country, if they find somebody that didn't commit any other crime besides committing the crime of entering the country illegally, they are also going to be deported. He has said this. Tom Homan has said this. Everybody has said this. Don't blame the Trump administration. Don't blame this administration for enforcing the laws that were already in the books that the previous administration chose not to enforce on purpose. They chose to allow everybody to come in, regardless who the hell they are, to figure out a way to get citizenship into this country so that one day they have the right to vote. And guess who they are most likely going to vote for? The people that allowed them to come into this country illegally through loopholes using the CBP One app. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Until next time, peace out, guys.